All right, so we're back in here. So this has been done quite quickly. So there's a lot of mistakes here, but when you spend more time on it and you're more aware of what you're modeling, you can do a lot better job. At this point, I didn't want to maximize one view. I wanted you to see all the views as I'm modeling. So it's a bit challenging to do that and as well see everything at the same time. So you can see that I'm just modeling in perspective, but I keep my eyes on the front, the side, the back at this point. So I'm trying to Boolean union them to see how that might work, but that's not working too well. So I'm thinking, no, that's not a good way. I'm going to do this manually. So I'm adding this cuts to where it would actually be cut when it meets that other geometry. Make sure I look around to make sure I've got the right pieces. So with all these things, you got to be just really patient. But I'm kind of rushing through it. So here I am, just going there and deleting all these spaces here. Right, didn't cut that one properly. I don't know which one it is, so I keep changing the face to go inside and out. There we go. Here we are. So I've cut it really closely with the armor, but now I gotta cut the armor so that it's close with that kind of rib cage part. So I'm looking around to see, okay, I gotta do a target weld over here and just make sure I haven't add enough detail to have it go through the model and have proper topology. I'm target welding wherever I can, but where I don't have the definition, I'm thinking, okay, what do I gotta do? I'm just looking around. Let me see, okay, I'm gonna add another thing over here. There we go. And add another over here. Like that. Selecting these edges so that I can do a connect. I wanted to do a 2 equal distance kind of connect so that it looks a bit more neat. And I'm just target welding all that in. I'm just applying those cuts underneath so that I have enough definition here to join up with the model. There we go. And there you have it. So at this point, I'm just going in and making sure that, the bits and pieces are going in the right place. So I'm trying to add those two ridges there. There we are. I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to extend it past if I'm looking at the front view there, past there, without adding two more lines that go across the whole model. Because I don't like adding unnecessary lines just to add a ridge. So what I do is just, just add enough vertices for that. So here I'm pressing insert, rotating it so that the object's orientation will change now. So when I actually scale it in, it makes it flat on that plane that I selected using the pivot point. But the problem is now that whenever I select a face now, it's just gonna be like that. It's very annoying. So I would have to go and fix that later on. So again, I'm just adjusting vertices here and there. Again, I just want to extrude that ridge, so I'm adding extra polys here to see if I can just extrude that out. So with this model, Iron Giant, it's very important that you get the soft and hard edges, because it's a very geometric shape. We want to have those hard edges where they need to be. So here I've gone back and fixed my orientation here, just to give me some break here so that I can continue modeling. So I just extruded that part out. And I just made the choice of doing it that way, which was too close to the place where the armor met that part where there is the ribcage armor is. So I just adjusted it and extruded that, and then went to the back view and just adjusted again all of those bits and pieces. I got a pretty good extrusion out of that. Yeah, I accidentally moved that somehow. Always be aware of accidental moves. So there's a part between little flaring shoulder guards and the armor. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna use a cylinder for that. Just like that. And yep, that works pretty well. But later on I will have to go and fix those issues, so I'm creating extra polygons here that I would later have to fix. So I just kept the ring around it, deleted everything else. I'm going to edge, extruding it up. There you have it. But I decided, no, I'll just extrude the outside. Later on. So what I'm doing is just giving it that form there. There we go. And I'm just cutting the top part where there's that little bevel detail, looking at the back on how far it goes. I realized, yep, it's about there. Of course, an extrude at the end. So I just kind of select a parameter and scale in while holding shift to kind of give it that thickness. And I'm just doing a bridge here. And I realized the front is a bit flat, so I just brought it out to kind of round out the shape a bit more. It seems more pleasing that way, aesthetically pleasing. Yep. And as you can see, we're almost there with the model. So I just want to reference out for, you know, where that inside part of the neck is, you know, going to end or be sitting on. So I'm trying to mesh separate here, but it's not working. The reason that's not working is I first have to go to edit mesh, detach, then separate. Because right now it's connected to the rest of the model. It won't let me do that. So I decided, this is so annoying. Why is it gonna let me do that? But I didn't know. So I extruded a bit out, deleted the rest, and then realized, right, it was connected back there. Like as soon as I did this, I realized, that's why. But anyway, it was a good call because now I can make those ridges inside the collar there. And extrude it a little bit. No, I was trying to hold shift and kind of duplicate them, but that didn't really work. So I ended up just separating them and then, you know, doing that this way. Just like that. Here we go. Now I'm just going to select the underside again, extrude it out all the way to the middle. See if everything kind of fits in there. So I'm just adjusting that center line there to make sure that that really is going to mirror well. So this is the base of the neck. It's a more strong piece. I don't know, it's a plastic or what it is. Whatever it is, it's a rounder thing that this neck kind of sits inside. So I'm just modeling that, making sure I have the right selection tool. And yeah. So I'm just, holding shift, extruding, scaling again to get the desired shape correctly. Alright, so here we are. Just fixing up these ridges because they feel a bit loopy to me. Oh, there we go. Now they're straight. And I was going to start adding further detail here based on my references, but I thought, you know what, this is not the right time to start adding all these really small details. So I Control Z that and thought, okay, I'm gonna fix these ridges that are like poking through the model right now. And as I'm doing that, I'm just combining the mesh first without that neck piece. Going in, combining that, combining all sorts of things. Putting a bevel on that as well, just to see what that looks like. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted from that. Okay, going in, moving that in there. It's a good idea sometimes to like UV as at the same time as you're modeling, because then you kind of fix those things, and when you duplicate it, you already are duplicating a thing that is already got a good UV. But sometimes your brain is too preoccupied with how things are gonna look, and your brain just doesn't work in that way. But that's totally fine. Here I was doing the same thing. I knew that it's it's gonna look a certain way. First I get the look down right, maybe I can remodel whatever I need to do later. So yeah, I'm selecting the seam vertices and just scaling them in on itself so that it's flat. Again, I'm looking for duplicate special. I looked at mirror and I was like, no, I didn't want to do that, because mirror does this merging the vertices in the middle a bit too harshly, so I don't like that. I tried the mirror again and it worked better this time. But I just didn't like the fact that I had to do the vertices in the middle myself. But here we are, and that's Iron Giant. So it's already taking shape and you can really see it come together. Now I'm trying to merge this here, but what's happening is that it keeps merging in on itself because I'm working at a very small scale. So I realized that, I'm not gonna work at this scale for now. I'm just gonna make sure everything looks right at first, and then kind of go in and merge these things down and work that way. I'm going in there because of my scale, fixing them one by one, making sure that the surfaces are all flat and nice, because this is a very geometric shape. I'm just going in, hitting G to merge it center. Merge it center, merge it center, you see? That's what I'm doing. So I've got all the seams patched up. There was a loose vertex there. Got rid of it. I thought I add some of these ridge details on the spine back here. You know, see what that looks like. All right, so that looks somewhat acceptable. So in the x-ray you can see the pole mesh there. That's why it looks bigger than the sketch, but in the actual mesh you only see that much of it. I'm doing a soften edge here to make sure everything looks the way it should, giving some thickness to that part. Again, extruding it in on itself and softening the edges where they should be, and we got ourselves a good model. Again, we still don't have the eyes in, so I'm thinking, let's put in something for the eyes. So I was just looking at how a bevel might look on this, but at this point it's not quite finished. I could go in and add rivets and some more details that I've missed. But here is when I would go in and start detailing it up, cleaning up the model, you know, deleting inside the shapes that I don't see. And, you know, that's where we leave it for now. So after this, I expect you to go in and UV unwrap this model and go for texturing, okay?